Hello YouTube. There's been some questions asked about the guitar I'm playing. I'm going to show you two of my new guitars. Both of them were made by Carroll Benoit. This is video 1, which is covering the Weissenborn guitar. I live in southeast Texas, right here by Louisiana. Carroll is what he considers Cajun, with French ancestry, and he doesn't call his guitars Weissenborns, he calls them Cajunborns. I've had this guitar for a few months now. Carroll actually lives right down the road from me. I go out there to his house and to his shop pretty regular, see him and talk with him. Sometimes we play some music together. Came in a really nice case. It's laying here on the bed. I always tell Carroll all his cases have too many latches. I always seem to forget one. I'm going to pop this thing open here. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5 latches. Thing's not going anywhere. Pull it out. Alright, so this is my Cajunborn. I'm trying to give you an overview look of it. This is the guitar I'm playing in some of the videos. It's a Benoit, made by Carroll Benoit. Like I said, he's my neighbor. I think he calls that emblem that he uses to dot his eyes the Star of David or the Star of Bethlehem. Not really for sure. He's got a really neat headstock design on this, with upright tuners. Really like them. The tuners were a new kind of tuner for me. These are 510s, and I think they're called Gotoh, G-O-T-O-H tuners. They have a really high rate gear ratio, and you can really fine tune this thing with a tuner or by ear to really get a good sound. It's all koa wood. I think the fretboard's ebony. He used some kind of lighter wood. I can't remember. It may be maple as the fret markers, and he actually used corian for the dots. Does a nice little deal here on the end where he kind of swirls the end of the neck there, or end of the fretboard. Brass on the nut, brass down here on the saddle, brass pins. It's got a LR Bags tuner in it. Here's the volume for that. I usually just leave it wide open, leave it alone. You can see that really nice grain on that koa. Really turned out sharp. This is actually probably one of his less fancy models. You can just tell this guitar is beautiful. Sounds really good, whether it's plugged up or whether I'm just playing it acoustic. Let me flip it over here and show you this back. It's a mirrored back to the front. Like I said, just really good workmanship. Really pretty wood. Carroll just does a fantastic job on these things. I think he builds about 10 or 12 of these things a year, between resonators and a few Weissenborns. Just the other day he had done a acoustic flat top guitar, and I think last year he finished up a gorgeous arch top that periodically, if I beg him enough, he'll let me play. And these things are just gorgeous. My opinion, I've seen all kinds of guitars that are out there in the market, and the workmanship, the materials that go in to these things, you can't find a better deal in my opinion. All solid wood construction, pretty much made to order. He kept trying to ask me specs, and I said, just build it for me. It'll be fine. And that's what he did. Good bonding around the edges here. and just a gorgeous instrument. One thing I've noticed with some of his others, and this one is definitely getting that way. It seems like as the wood ages, they really start opening up tonally. This guitar isn't that old. He's got another one that he's had for a while that I've played several times. And man, those guitars just acoustically, really, the wood seems to really start opening up. The more they age, the more they're played. And you really get some nice tones out of these things. Another look at this. Cajunborn, Carroll Benoit guitar. Probably, I'm trying to guess now, probably just under a year old right now. In fact, he's probably got a date maybe in here. No, he didn't even date the sticker. I had him make this one that says built especially for Nelson Trout. One of these instruments you're never going to get rid of. So definitely my guitar. I sure do enjoy it. Thank you, Carol.